you so much. Thank you. So my name is Andrew Doyle. Some of you might recognise me. I was at the bar earlier. I'm so glad you applauded there because I've lost so many friends. I'm just, whenever people applaud me, I just nervously suspect irony, because I've lost so many friends. You could count the number of friends I've got left on one of Abu Hamza's hands, if I'm honest. And do you know why it happened? I'll tell you what, all it was is that a few years ago I decided that I was going to be quite vocal in my support of free speech and liberal values, and because of that, people have decided that I'm a Nazi, right? Because that's what the Nazis were all about, wasn't it? Free speech, they were all about that, weren't they? Hitler wanted to come to power, seize control, and force people to do whatever they want, basically. But then a friend of mine said to me, the thing is, Andrew, you've lost all these friends, you've got to take some responsibility for this. It's partly your fault. He said, there's a lot of things about you that are quite offensive. He said that, a lot of the things you say are offensive. He said, the way you dress is offensive. He said, even your cats are offensive. I said, well, what the hell have Ian and Myra done? It's like... They say that, I did think tonight I was going to dress all in black, and it was supposed to be like a thing about I'm mourning the death of free speech. It was going to be quite poetic, and I thought it was quite clever. On reflection, maybe the black shirt wasn't a good... maybe I should have thought it through, how this looks, from the other side. I think that's... something I should consider. I think what's happened these days, the reason why this hate speech bill has come in and the reason why a lot of people are getting so agitated about speech and about jokes and, jokes can offend anyone. Here's the thing about that. Jokes can offend, there's no joke I could tell that wouldn't offend someone in the room. Like, I could tell a knock-knock joke and someone's wife might have been crushed by a heavy door or something, I think all that's happened is that what people have basically decided that if you disagree with them on matters of politics, then they take it like a personal insult, don't they? Like a personal slight. And I get it. I've got sympathy. Like, if someone were to say to me they don't like the Antiques Roadshow, I'll fucking glass the cunt. You know what I mean? But it's not right, is it? It's not right. We've got to transcend that, I think, And I think the problem is that we all get offended by different things, and a lot of people are now saying, well, we've got to regulate comedy. We've got to regulate... Because, unless you control jokes, they can sort of spiral out of control, Let's not forget that ISIS began life as an improvisational sketch group, didn't it? So there's something in it. There's definitely something in it, And the trouble is that everyone has different boundaries. You can't legislate for offence. Everyone gets offended by different things. We've all got different triggers, haven't we? Like my friend Paul, he was once mugged in Manchester, so now he can't watch Coronation Street, That's his trigger, that's his boundary. I've got a similar thing. I once broke my arm because I once slipped and fell into a pile of horse excrement, right? So now I can't listen to you too, So... We've all got our own boundaries, haven't we? All got our own triggers. Various different things that upset us, I just worry about... It's bad up here with Humza. I think, though, with you guys it's easier because living in a one-party state, at least you don't have choice. It's quite... You know what I mean? It's quite... Like, it's worse for us down at Westminster. It's worse because who the fuck have we got? Like, I'm so politically homeless right now. Because, we've had Boris, Liz Truss... fucking Rishi Sunak, and now they're talking about getting Penny Mordaunt in, and then she'll lose, and then it'll be Keir Starmer, so 5 Prime Ministers in 2 years. Downing Street really is the political equivalent of Snapchat at this point, isn't it? It's just a sequence of rapidly disappearing dicks, isn't it? The people on Snapchat will know what that means. That's the thing, that is the thing about it. I just don't trust any of the political parties. I don't like... Rishi Sunak, I sort of think, when I see him, I don't think inspirational leader. I just think, I didn't know Mother Care did suits, Or Keir Starmer. Why is no one more terrified about Keir Starmer being in power? Fuck me. The man is... I don't know why... No, but he's so boring. He's so uncharismatic. You just need something in a leader. You want some sort of heroism. If you think about like when Julius Caesar died, there was a public outpouring of grief, and then at the funeral they saw a comet in the sky, and the people declared him a god. I can't see that happening with Keir Starmer. I can't see it. Like, even if Keir Starmer were to die at PMQs live, at the dispatch box, like, the Labour Party would still have to put out a press release to make sure anyone noticed, Fucking Keir Starmer. At least he's worked out what a woman is. That is a good... most of us figured it out when we were 5, but, we're all on a different journey, aren't we? We're all on a different journey, and he's figured it out. Good for him, because a couple of years ago, Keir Starmer appeared on an interview with Nick Ferrari at LBC, and he was asked specifically, can a woman have a penis? And I've written down his response verbatim, because I don't want to get this wrong. This is what the next leader of the UK said. He said, Nick, I'm not, I don't think we, can conduct this debate with, I get this, Yeah, he's going to be in charge. But he's developed since then, hasn't he? He's gone on a journey. He now knows, he's actually said that 99.9% of women don't have penises. I did the maths on that. That's still, in the UK, 33,500 female penises. 33,000 female penises. That's a lot of female penises. That's an awful lot. And it's not quite accurate, is it? Right? Are you a heterosexual man, sir? You right?
Yes.
Would you suck a female penis? No. Well, in that case, you're probably gay. That's the. It's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? But right, are there any homophobes in? Yeah, fucking... This was the wrong audience for that. We've got fucking critics in, they're going to write about that. Everything they say about us is true. Are The Guardian in? I fucking hope so. I love The Guardian. The Guardian came to see a show I did, and they wrote a review, and they said, and I quote, "What are we laughing at?" You. I do hope The Guardian are in. I tell you what, when we read that review, look out for some very, very bad grammar. Anyway, no, because I'm just sick of the gays. Now I am. Because people assume I'm straight, because I drink beer and I've got my own spirit level. But the thing is, there are many men who I have known in the biblical sense. And just to be clear, that means I fucked them. Dressed up as Moses. So it's a kind of Old Testament fetish, It's not like. But I don't feel part of the community anymore, because they started doing this thing where LGBTQIA+, etc., etc. And I used to do a joke about all the letters and how it was LGB, then it was LGBT, LGBTQ, LGBTQIA, etc. But now they're doing it for real. The current one is LGBTQIA+. That's lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, asexual, and then the plus is whatever cunt we've forgotten, basically. And people are self-identifying, which annoys me. Some friends of mine will say, "Oh, speaking as an LGBT person." You can't be an LGBT person. You can't be lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, can you? If you are, you must be fucking exhausted. But, I think the problem starts with identity politics, because we used to have the gay flag, the rainbow flag. I liked that. It meant unity. It meant everything was fine. And then they added all these fucking extra stripes and extra colours. It started when they added a black stripe and a brown stripe, because they didn't feel that the rainbow flag, the original rainbow flag, was suitably racially inclusive. Because, of course, what that flag meant was it was a literal representation of the range of skin colours that are acceptable in the gay community. That's what it meant. That's what it's always meant. So if you're bright purple, you can be a bender, not a problem. If you've got sunburn, that's fine, you can come on board, that's okay. But then if you think about it, the rainbow, the actual rainbow in the sky, doesn't have a black stripe or a brown stripe, and that means that the weather is racist, doesn't it? And I think really what we need to do is we need to petition meteorologists to try and develop a method by which they modify the process by which light is refracted and dispersed in order to combat the inherent racism of the electromagnetic spectrum. I think it's very important that they do that. Because these activists, they have their own lingo, their own world view. You know, I was accused of being of toxic masculinity the other day. It's fucking stupid. I mean, I get that male sexuality is quite simple. We're a bit like dogs. You know, I do understand that. Like, we're very, very simple. I mean, even the ancients knew that. You remember, like, the ancient, like, Homer and Virgil? You remember they used to write about the sirens, you know, the sort of the myth of the mermaids that would sort of lure sailors to their deaths on the rocks, in spite of the fact that, you know, they've got gills and no vaginas. But I suppose after a few months at sea, you know, who wouldn't be tempted by a tit wank with a sexy fish, you know? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, so my gripe with the gays is this. We can't just be gay anymore. Everything's got to be in boxes. We're all got these extra categories and shit. You know, like, so, like, I used to be gay. You're gay, and that's fine. No one gave a shit, right? Now, there's various kinds. So, for instance, if you're a young, skinny gay guy, you're called a twink. You're called a twink. If you get a bit muscular, you become a twunk. Don't you? You become a twunk. Then you've got muscle Marys. You've got leather queens. You've got... Oh, if you're a gay man who's got married to a woman, you become a yestergay. I don't know if you've heard that. And then bears. I don't know if you've heard of the bears. So bears are big, fat gay men with big old beards. That's a bear, right? But there are subcategories of bear. So if you're a bear but you don't trim your beard properly, you're a grizzly bear, right? If you're a bear but you've got blonde hair, you're a honey bear, yeah? If you're a bear but you've had a decent classical education, you're an Ursa Major. And then there's loads of others, like, so if you're semi-hairy, muscular and sexually aggressive, you're a wolf. If you go to the gym, you're a gym rat, or you can be a bull. If you're young, you can be a pup. Or if you're hairy, you can be a cub. Has anyone heard of this? If you're athletic, slim and hairy, does anyone know what that is? Otter. It's a fucking otter! It's a fucking otter! I'm glad you mentioned this. People think I'm making this shit up. We are... And an otter, by the way, is a subcategory of bear because we know fuck all about zoology. We haven't got a clue. And in addition to the otters, there's actually hierarchies within the gay world. So to concentrate, this is going to get complicated now. So if you're a gay man, but you once, for whatever reason, had sex with a woman, you are what is called a paper gay. You're a paper gay. If you just had oral sex with a woman, you go up a notch and you're a bronze gay. You're a bronze gay. If you just kissed a woman, you become a silver gay. And then above that, you've never even kissed a woman. You're a gold gay. You're like a pure breed of gay. You're like an Aryan gay right there at the top. And there's actually a level above that. The level above that is platinum gay. And a platinum gay is a gay man who's never had sex with a woman, never kissed a woman, and was born cesarean section. Now, I mean, I'm not making this up. This is how we are. So I don't even think of my gay friends as gay anymore. You know, like my friend Paul would be a twink chasing bronze sugar cub, you know? Like Rahul, what would Rahul? He'd be a silver Gaysian bear baiting panda top. And Derek would be a leather grizzly super chub wannabe gym rat with a propensity for versatile black otters. Like it's like a menagerie. It's incredible. And if you go on like Grindr, all these dating sites, Grindr, and it's really exclusionary because you see all these phrases like, oh, bears and wolves only, no cubs, no otters. You know, it's like what would happen if Beatrix Potter decided to write an apartheid story. Anyway, that's my time. You've been wonderful. Thank you very much for coming. Bye-bye.